Good afternoon. Rams up, everybody. Guess what? I'm back. I'm Lisa Wright Bryan. I'm past president of the Westchester University Alumni Association. And I am so excited to be back on Ramblings Live to have a conversation with yet another alum of Westchester University. So before we get into our conversation, before I introduce our alum, I want to let you know, those of you out there, listen, we need you to participate. We're going to have a good time. You know, we have a good time when I'm around, right? Tell us your favorite extracurricular activity while at Westchester. How do you do that? On the post, post it. Post it in the chat on Facebook Live. You have 24 hours to tell us what your favorite extracurricular activity was. Keep it clean. You. All right, behave. All righty. Tell us your favorite activity within 24 hours, and you will be in the running to receive some awesome Westchester swag. I know you want it, so we definitely are looking forward to it. So today, I am honored to have a conversation with class of 1995 esteemed alum Jennifer Pierce. She is a QVC spokeswoman and consultant. So without further ado, come on, Jen, let's have a conversation.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, and I'm excited for you to be here too. You know, you and I were having a brief conversation. It was a little more than a brief conversation, but we were having a good time prior to lights, camera, action. And I want you to share that excitement with our audience. So, first of all, tell us who Jen is. Who is Jen Pierce?
So, first and foremost, I'm a mother of three kids, and
Okay.
I live right by the university, which is so exciting.
Mhm.
I After I graduated in '95, I did a lot of different things, but all sort of connected as I continued my career. And I was a communications major there, so that helped me hugely. Yeah, it helped me, like, it just helped form the steps that I was going to take in my future. So
Mhm.
I work currently with a family business right here in Westchester. We are a recycling company, and I get to work with my family, which is awesome. And I get to work. My brother owns the company. I work with my niece. I also work with my nephew, who is a senior at Westchester, so that's really fun. And I am a QVC spokesperson where I sell products on the air, and I'm in the food and entertainment category, which is super fun and exciting. And I'm a consultant for brands that have an item and have a brand, and I bring them to QVC as a liaison. So it's
Yes.
a fun career, and I am thrilled to still be able to do it.
Wonderful. So you laid out in 30 seconds or less who Jen Pierce was. So you know what I'm going to do. You know me by now. I want to rewind. I want to rewind the clock because I heard that Westchester love and that Westchester loyalty weaved into the conversation. So let's start at the beginning. Where are you from and
Mhm.
how did you arrive at Westchester?
So I'm from just about 11 miles down the road from Havertown, Delaware County,
Yes.
Delco.
Yes,
And
I know.
I when I graduated, I wanted to stay close, but not too close. I mean, close enough where I could get home easily, but there was a couple of different options, and I had visited Westchester. A friend of mine had gone there, and I fell in love. And I knew it was like I could just when I came to visit, I could just tell. Same when I went to QVC, there was
Mhm,
just something about it that
mhm.
just talked to me, and I
Yeah.
decided to go there, and um, it was great. I stayed here. I never left because I love the community so much. I showed you earlier. I'm going to move the camera to
Yeah,
show you.
show to
Right,
everybody.
can I show you? Phillips, right there. Two pictures of it,
Mhm.
Phillips, and then a ram's head, because
Oh my gosh.
I love
I,
it.
I want to tell you, this is just my opinion, Jen, once you really get a taste of Westchester and you fall in love, you will not fall out. You will always be connected in one way or another to Westchester.
Totally agree. And I think what I loved so much about it was the diversity, the opportunity, it wasn't a huge, overwhelming city for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that attracted me to this area because it was manageable. It was full of entrepreneurs, full of family-owned business, and that really spoke to me. And that's why I never left and decided to raise my kids here. And my husband also went to Westchester, and we met day one, by the way, and we've been together ever since. So,
are you serious?
Yeah, day one orientation.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, was he in the same major as you?
No, he was in, at the time, there was a photography major, and he was in that major. I minored in studio arts, or concentrated in studio arts. So we had a lot of similarities there, and a lot of classes that we were able to take together. And he lived in Ramsey, and I lived in Tyson.
I lived in Ramsey too. I miss my dorm. They tore it down. You know that, right?
I mean, 731 Tyson Hall is where I
don't remember that address.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. We had a lot of fun in that dorm. We just had a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh. So did you live on campus your entire Westchester life?
So I lived on campus. I lived in Tyson Hall for the first 2 years, and then I moved out into Ramsgate. And I lived there until I graduated, and then that was that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. Now, the story of you and your husband, that's something that you can tell your children. I'm sure you do. You can tell your grandchildren. You can tell everyone. Listen, I met my husband at school.
Day one, I walked in and he was like a total hippie, and I was not. I was like, my hair was up to here. He was like, bandana, tie-dye. And I was like, Mom, I'm going to marry that guy. And she's like, okay. And then I did. True story. True story. We laugh about it now. But yeah, true story.
Oh my gosh. So I'm going to jump ahead for just a moment. So when your daughter goes to Westchester and she tells you the same thing, what are you going to do?
I know. I'm going to support it just like my mom did, because you know what? Well, I'll have to meet him first, but I'm sure she's got great taste. So I know. I mean, it seems so young now when I look at my children at like 17, and I'm thinking, gosh, that's so young. But I told her not to have a boyfriend, go have fun, but it worked out for me. So you never know.
She's not going to listen to you. I'm just going to tell you.
Never does. Never, ever does. We're good.
So what were your activities, your extracurricular activities at Westchester?
So I was the treasurer for the communications club, and which was great because it got me involved in something outside of sort of just the day-to-day classes, and then just hanging out with other people. It just got you almost like it was a precursor to sort of getting into business, which was really cool. And the other extracurricular activities were fun things. I don't think the school was putting them on, but we had a fun. Listen, it's a fun town.
It's a fun town.
Fun town. You know what? I will say that I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday night, but do you remember the show? I mean, of course, everybody remembers the show, I think. 90210.
Yes.
And Melrose Place.
Yes.
We would get together in the dorm, 7th floor. Everybody would come into our room, and we would like religiously, like a group of girls, watch the shows. Like no one could distract us. It was such the whole experience was just amazing, and just was such a fun, such a fun school to go to, and such a great community of people all the way around. I mean,
but you know what? That didn't just happen when you went there. It happened when I went there. I know that a bunch of us would get together. We would watch Dynasty. So I'm really dating.
I love it.
Okay. When the music came on, we were all together. But at the end of the day, though, Jen, it really formed that camaraderie. with your friends, now we're not going to say how long ago that you graduated, but the fact that you still remember the shows, you still remember your dorm room number. Oh
So
my
fun.
gosh. Oh my goodness. So you had a great time at Westchester. You met your husband at Westchester. And now, how did you parlay all of that? Because you got education in the class as well as outside the class.
Mhm.
How did you parlay that into your profession now?
So I think, one of the biggest things about communications is the way I
Mhm,
see it, was that
mhm.
it gave me the opportunity to do a lot of different things.
That's right.
And it gave me sort of the confidence to be able to um, speak in a group and, um, direct questions to people without feeling sort of, I don't know, nervous or
Mhm,
unsure.
mhm.
And that led me to a lot of different hats in my career. And I think gave me the confidence to go after what I do now, being on the air and
Mhm.
being a consultant to others. It comes down to how do you communicate? How do you communicate the message? How do you communicate with other people that want to do what I do, and how to help them along the way? Not everybody communicates the same way, and not everybody is confident speaking in
No,
front of it's a really intimidating thing. It can
it
be.
is. It is.
But I think the professors that I had the privilege to have
Mhm.
gave me that confidence in the way to, how do I want to keep my personality, but
Right.
get my message across in the
Yes.
way that's authentic to me. So,
Yes. Yeah. So you mentioned the professors. You set it up for me. Thank you so much. Who was your most influential professor at Westchester?
okay. So hands down, Dr. Foman. And let me tell you why, because she had such a calming way of teaching a class that, again, could be intimidating.
Mhm.
And um, just the way she allowed people to um, present their
Yes.
presentation. So everything comes down, you're writing your speech, but she
Mhm.
gave me the tools to say, this is how you want to get the attention of your customer or your audience. And
Yes.
this is what you want to have in the body of what you want to say. And this is how you end it all and really keep
Yes.
people's attention. And not like 95, that's when I graduated. I took that class in probably, I don't know when it was, 94,
Uh-huh.
and I still use those key elements today in meetings, like just
Mhm.
in my own like narrative, like how do I
Yes.
get my message across? How can I
Mhm.
be direct, but also be who I am without sort
Mhm.
of conforming to what other people need me to
Mhm.
be, or how I
Mhm.
should say things or whatever. She just had such a calming presence and such a great way to give the information and give those tools that you need.
Yes, she is so dynamic. In fact, she is retiring this year, so we're going to miss her. I know.
Oh yeah.
She is so powerful and so dynamic. I have spoken to so many people, not only former students, current students, but colleagues, of course, and they all say the same thing, how she basically allows people to be themselves, but she
Mhm.
gives people that guidance and the tools that they need for everyday life. And that's really two things. I'm not saying this because she's my colleague, but really two things that come up with that is number one, that we as teachers, and you don't necessarily have to be a teacher in a school, but teaching in what we do, we have to allow people to be themselves,
Mhm.
number one. And number two, when, first of all, when we're confident in ourselves and we allow people to be themselves, we're planting seeds. And it's, to me, Jen, it's like a sow on and so on,
Mhm.
so on. Look at
Absolutely.
you, see? So I'm sure you're not only your family, but your business, the people in your business, your colleagues, as well as the people on QVC. So I'm going to segue because I kind of, again, I set my own self up. Business. I need to know, along with everyone else, about the family business, the dynamics. Talk to us about your family business.
So family business is interesting because it doesn't end in the office. You know, it carries on into real life. And ironically enough, my father started the business, who recently just passed away, sadly. But I mean, an entrepreneur, like through and through. What an inspiration he has been to, like, you know, lots of people, but especially myself. But he started the business years and years and years ago. My brothers both got into the business, and then I was working at QVC as an employee. I ended up leaving QVC because I wanted to start a family, and I could have done that while I was at QVC, certainly, but I wanted to sort of concentrate on that. And my family gave me the opportunity to start working with them, which was awesome. And you know, we are a very tight family before the family business. So tight that we all live within a 5-mile radius, and we all vacation together at the Jersey Shore. And so, not in the same home, but we all are within like 1 block of each other. So anyway, I had the opportunity to work with my family business, and we are plastic recyclers for manufacturers. So we are right down the street on Airport Road. So it's very convenient. And I think in a family business, it's small, and working so closely, you learn a lot about each other in business and personally. But I think what's so nice is you have that dynamic of being able to sort of like tell what the person is thinking before they actually are saying it. So it's kind of nice to have that. It's kind of nice to have that camaraderie. I think, you know, it gets intense because we're family, and we can, you know, we can get upset with each other, but the moment we do, it's like nothing. It's like, you know, it never even happened. So it's a really nice way. It's been a great opportunity for me because it's taught me the dynamics of a small business and what that means to people that are in larger businesses, how crucial that is, how crucial it is, because it's so close-knit and you care so much. You don't have 50 different levels to go through to get things done. You're doing it. And it's not that large companies, you know, it's just that we do things differently in a small business. You really care about every piece that you touch. And it becomes personal. You want to do a good job for that company because it becomes personal. It truly does. And you create friendships with other people that are so, like, you know, so close, which is really nice.
So I have a question in regards to, again, the second question in regards to the business, because you mentioned a little earlier that you were treasurer for the communications department, and now you're in business with your family. Do you feel that the skills that you learned as a treasurer with the communications department helped with the family business as well? And if so, can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. I mean, everything that I kind of did, you know, you can look at all the things that you've done in your life and sort of, you know, kind of connect the dots. But as a young kid, a college kid, you know, being the treasurer of a something that was important to the school, it made you sort of double check yourself and make sure you were doing things and being challenged on things and being questioned and how to respond to that and how to sort of navigate the pieces of what it takes to be doing something for someone else that's important to the community. And I think with Evercrest, the family business, I work for my brother, my older brother. He's awesome. Again, another entrepreneur. And I work with my niece. It's a whole family affair, but just those little pieces of learning how to manage things, all things that are important to somebody else, are such key things that aren't necessarily sort of learned right away. You know, you have to have that experience. So taking those things that I learned at 17 certainly apply to myself now at, you know, 40 something. You know what I
mean? You know what, Jen? I tell my students all the time, I tell them, listen, it's good. Definitely you want to go to class, definitely study. You definitely want to get that education inside the classroom. However, you also want that education outside of the classroom, because there are things that you learn outside of the classroom that, like you just said, that will help you years and years down the line.
Yes.
And unfortunately, I'm seeing that many students are like this.
Hmm.
I gotta study. Which is fine. Study. We want that. But we also want you to be involved in, say, SGA, or in your fraternity or your sorority, or
Hmm.
in whatever organization, because those skills that you learn there are going to help you in your life out post Westchester.
Absolutely. I
Yes.
think, it also gives you the opportunity to sort of branch out of your comfort zone
Yes.
and be involved in something that's, different than doing homework and different than, reading and studying. It gives you sort of a taste of almost real life, in a
Mhm.
sense that you're now part of something a little bit bigger in terms of it's affecting other people. So
Yes.
you can study and you can do your stuff for you, but now
Mhm.
when you're involved in sort of those other things, it's affecting other people. So it's a
That's
different
good.
perspective, really.
That's good, Jen. Speaking of different perspectives, you have to tell us about QVC. How in the world did you get to QVC? Talk to us.
So I lived in Ramsgate,
Uh-huh.
and my next door neighbor, I lived next to the swimmers, there's people on the swim team, and we became really good friends. And he worked there as an internship as a security guard.
Okay.
So he's like, hey, people, you should, they're taking applications, you should, apply. So I ended up working there. I was a waitress in town. And then I applied to work at QVC in the returns department, the jewelry returns department, 16 hours a month. I was a contingent. And, but it allowed me to put my name in the ring, because I knew QVC was
Right.
very much about hiring from within. So they were
Mhm.
amazing at that. And so I knew that if I got involved then, that when I graduated, I'd be
Mhm.
able to sort of use that
Yes.
in sort of to go on to what I really wanted to do, which was just TV.
Uh-huh.
And it worked. So it was great. It was a great company to start at.
Mhm.
And oh, I love it. I still love it to this day.
So, for those of you that are watching, I told Jen QVC. Listen. They're not paying me to give a QVC commercial. Can I tell you, they're not paying me to do that? But QVC is addictive. Don't turn to the channel and think you're not going to buy something.
We love
And
it.
especially at Christmas time, you go, oh my gosh, I need that. Oh yes, yes, and I do need that. So, uh, so question for you. Oh, wait a minute.
Hmm.
Wait. I think it's time for the game. Is it time for the game? We have to play now, since we've talked about QVC. QVC to me is I don't want to say a guilty pleasure, but it is. It's a guilty pleasure. Oh, okay. So we don't have a game, but
Well,
let's. But I want to make up my own. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Think about this. Okay. What dorm? Yes, I'm testing you. What dorm was torn down to build Commonwealth?
mm, I know this answer because I took the tour. I took the tour not long ago. Was it Goshen?
No.
What? I don't know. Ah! All right, wait.
You got it.
Was it Ramsey? No, because
No.
it was on. It's like kind of on campus.
Yes. You want me to
I
give you a
don't know.
hint? It begins with an S.
Like I can't think of the name. Like Schlanginger or something.
S-A. S-A. Sanderson.
Oh, I wouldn't have got it. Darn it! But I wish I would. Ah, darn.
Okay.
Oh well.
Here's another one.
Oh,
Okay. It's easy. What bar? What bar was located across the street from Phillips?
The Rat?
Yeah! Let's see.
I love The Rat. I love it.
I think everybody loves the Rat. Okay. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Here's another one. Here's another one for you. This is easy. This is
All
easy.
right.
What dorm? I'm doing it again. You got this. I know, but you know this. Jen, you know it. What dorm was tore down to build the Business and Public Management Center? You know it. You know it. You said it earlier.
Goshen?
No, Goshen's still standing. Across the street from Goshen. Begins with an M.
An M?
Yeah.
Hold on. I don't know. I do not know the answer.
McCarthy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I went, we had to go for the tour. I had to go to that old door in the business center there to start the tour. So I don't know. I mean, I really knew Tyson and Ramsey. I just really
I know
knew.
you do. One more. Let's see. One more.
All right.
One more. What is the name of the dining hall?
Oh.
Come on, Jen.
I remember the side calf, the dining hall.
What's the name of the building?
I should have done my homework. It's an L?
L.
But they had the best ice cream bar and the best salad bar, and now I don't know what
the best cookies.
How about the do you still have the side calf?
They do. They do.
Okay. I love the side calf. What's the name of it? I forgot.
Lawrence Hall.
Of course it is. Of course it is. I forgot. But they did have, that was a great cafeteria. Not gonna lie. The cereal bar. I was like, I grew up on Cheerios. There was like Lucky Charms, Frosted Flakes, Fruity Pebbles. I'm like, this is amazing. So
okay, I have to do the commercial. I'll give the commercial. Momentum is building as West Chester University celebrates its 150th anniversary and the announcement of a $65 million comprehensive campaign, 150 Forward. Visit www.foundation.org/150forward for your opportunity to make an impact. Now listen, alums, West Chester gave us a lot. We learned a lot at West Chester. As my new friend says, she met her husband. She got her whole family from West Chester. Yes, alums, you know what you need to do. That's all I'm going to say. So, to end this conversation, Jen, what piece of advice would you give current and graduating students?
I would say, current students, enjoy your time there and utilize every opportunity you can to move forward. Utilize your advisors, your professors. They have a ton of knowledge. And I know for me, I would visit with my advisors and I would say, what do I need to do to graduate on time? Like, that's what I use them for. But in all reality, they have a ton of knowledge that can help you outside of the university when you're finished. Keep in touch with them and use those professors because they want to help you succeed. So I would say, take that opportunity to do that because it will help you in the future for sure.
Yes. Jen, it has been a pleasure. We're going to talk just a little more when we stop this. But thank you so much on behalf of the West Chester University Alumni Association. We're proud of you. We appreciate you. And you are walking around being golden And yes, and you are definitely the epitome of a golden ram. So rams up. So thank you so much for being a guest today on Ramblings Live, Jen.
Thank you so much. It was a great opportunity. And thanks for all that you guys do in the Alumni Association. It's been incredible.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us. Remember, tell us your favorite extracurricular activity at Westchester University. Tell us you have 24 hours, and that will put you in the running to receive some awesome Westchester University swag. Again, my name is Lisa Wright Bryant, past president of Westchester University Alumni Association. See you at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Rams up.